Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad you're here. As always, I'm always happy to be connecting with you. Yeah, we're like family now. You're part of the team. You're part of a community of progress, if you will. So if you're just showing up in the shorts feed, subscribe to the channel. You're not going to be disappointed. Always good stuff, always good content. As far as I'm concerned, you be the judge. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, everybody, you've arrived at the Cliff Yates channel. Listen, all things personal growth, self-improvement, motivation, inspiration, really discipline. Hey, I'm glad you're here. High five to you too. And I am here in upstate New York visiting my mother on the way to my private island. And I just want to share some things with you right now that I actually got from one of my mentors, Dean Graziosi, who's also business partners with Tony Robbins. And he did an inner circle broadcast today, which I'm a part of. I'm part of mastermind.com. And if you might be interested in that, head on over to mastermind.com and join up. I think it's all great stuff. If you've had something that you've been circling and you haven't taken the action on yet, there's something you should be doing. It's been in the front of your mind, the back of your mind to get after, and you've just been circling. You've been circling, you haven't taken action. Now is a good season to do it, right? A season to do it. Dean, who lives in Phoenix, right, Arizona, who's associated with Tony Robbins, like I was saying. And Dean grew up in upstate New York, not far from here. I'm in a very small village of Avon, heading to my hometown, 7 miles away, village of Caledonia. But Dean grew up in upstate New York, and he talked about the fact that he's been working out 6 days a week. And in the wintertime, he visited his old hometown, and he didn't get to the gym because it was so freezing. It was so cold. You gotten a little bit soft, I think. But he didn't want to because of the season of New York. If you've ever grown up in an area like this in upstate New York or something similar, I mean, they go through about 6 months of gray, overcast, snow, cold, rain, and it really can lead to seasonal depression disorder. That's a real thing, especially around here. You're definitely going to be lacking some vitamin D. But he was talking about a season in your life. And hey, that's what I want to talk about today, a season. We're coming upon a season, right? Around here, everything is greening up. It's starting to get a little bit warmer. Not warm enough. It's only 45. I left Florida on Wednesday. It was 84. But we're coming to the summer season. The summer season. Hey, why not? Let's have this summer be something where we take some action on something that we've been circling. Something that we know we've been meaning to start, get after. Maybe it's your website, your business, your book, something maybe you're meaning to get after that you haven't gotten to it yet because you've been circling. Maybe like myself, I know I've been circling. How are you? Glad, exactly. You know what? Tony made a differential, not Tony, Dean made a differential meaning to, he said, instead of a goal, because we can actually negotiate with goals. Okay, I can negotiate why I'm not doing that or starting this. But if you have a standard is non-negotiable. If you have a standard, let's set a standard for this summer season. You decide what that's going to be. You let me know. Maybe your standard is going to be every day I'm going to wake up earlier. Every day I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. Every day I'm going to exercise. Every day I'm going to walk. Right? Every day I'm going to lift weights. Every day I'm going to read my Bible. Let's set a standard. Goals sometimes can be negotiable. We can negotiate our way out of not doing or starting them. But a standard is something we do no matter what's happening around us. A standard is how we show up to everything, no matter what's happening in the world, circumstances. I leave all the mistakes in, everybody. That's why I like going live. You see the real deal, raw and real. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the button, smash it, kick it, whatever, leave a comment. I'm in the United States And we have so much opportunity here. And if you're here, let's start taking advantage of it. I have certain standards that I have, and let's set some more for this summer season. Something that is non-negotiable that we're going to do every day this summer. Non-negotiable. You decide what that is for yourself. Pick something, or maybe a group of things that you're going to do regardless. Non-negotiable standards that we set for ourselves. Not anybody else. You pick it for yourself. You do the thinking and you decide. Hey, everybody. A little bit faster. Listen, this is one of the things that I need to concentrate when I'm communicating. I speak way too fast. My mind is going a mile a minute and I speak way too fast. I know that I need to slow down most of the time. Sometimes if I play back a recording or I've been talking and I listen to it, I think, holy shit, even I cannot understand what I said. So I'm going to try in the future. Maybe I'll set a standard to speak with more articulation, more deliberately, maybe a little bit slower. I don't want to interrupt the normal cadence of my speech. But there is a way where I can kind of maintain the speed and the rapidity of my speech, but maybe a little bit more clear. I can articulate, be so mumbly, so that I'm more understanding. You know, when I was a cop, by the way, everybody, I was a cop for 35 years. Working the streets here in upstate New York for 5 years. And then I went to Los Angeles, worked in the Compton area, South Central. I worked on the Sunset Strip in West Hollywood. But I remember I started tape recording my traffic stops, trying to cut down on the complaints that I had. I had a little bit of a New York attitude. I took to LA. And when I heard myself on my recording, I realized, wow, I said all the right things. I was courteous. I said everything properly. I was, hey, I'm so-and-so. This is the reason I stopped you. Blah, blah, blah. But I noticed I talked so fast. Even though I said the right things, my tone wasn't the best, and I was speaking so quickly, people really didn't hear what the hell I said. And so I was able to focus on speaking more slowly and clearly, which is something I need to refocus. That's another thing Dean talked about. You know, sometimes we've set a precedent, we got a standard, we got a habit, and then without realizing it, we've drifted away from a little bit. And sometimes we just need to refocus. So I'm going to refocus. I'm going to set a new standard myself for this season, just this summer season. When I'm broadcasting, when I'm streaming, I'm going to concentrate on speaking more clearly. I'm going to try to articulate more of the words that I'm saying, and I'm trying not to have them all run together in such quick succession that no one can understand what I'm saying. What's the sense of having a gem that you're going to share with somebody when nobody can hear what the hell you're saying? And that's sometimes one of my faults. That's a weakness I have. I speak too quickly, too rapidly, to the point that people can't understand what the hell I said. Hey, so that's a new standard I'm going to set for this season. But we're getting ready to go into a new summer season. And why not set some new standards? And I like the way Dean says standards and not goals. Goals can be negotiated. We can negotiate not doing them or taking action on them. But a standard is non-negotiable. It's something that we set for ourselves, and that's how we show up to everything, every day, in every way, regardless of what's going on. We show up that way. Let's set some new standards for this summer season. I'm going to do it. First thing I'm going to do is concentrate every day on speaking a little bit slower with more clarity, more articulation, so that I can be understood better. If, as I claim, I share some positive things, some positive mindsets, some positive bits of wisdom that I've garnered over the past 50, 68 years, And why not have people understand what the hell I'm saying? If I have value that I'm bringing in my recording or my streaming, why wouldn't I want everyone to hear and understand what I'm saying? So that's one of the standards I'm going to set this summer. And maybe you pick a standard that you're going to set for this new summer season. All right, everybody. Oh man, you made my day. I think I will be a motivational speaker. I'm going to start a health and strength coaching program, and I'm going to incorporate a motivational speaking component to that, right? Multiple streams of income. Isn't that important? All right, everybody. Anonymous 13, I'm so glad you always show up. You are tops. You are number one. I want to encourage you. I love connecting with you. You always take the time to leave a comment, a positive comment. And you know what? I appreciate it. You're making a difference. Probably not just to me. I bet you're making a difference in the rest of your life also. Thank you for what you do. Heart back to you. Love today in the world. All right, everybody. I'm here at Mom's. I'm going to make her dinner tonight. We're going to have an enjoyable evening because that's what we do. Regardless of overcast, rain, we don't let the weather dictate our moods. All right. You know I love you. I'll see you in the next video. If you haven't already, subscribe. I know I talked a little too fast. I'll try to slow down in the future.